Drakes with Faith in Football. So today we're going to ask 3 questions, and that will conclude our video. So the first question is, what does teamwork teach us about faith?
Ah, what does teamwork teach us about faith? Um, when you have faith, you're leaning on something. You're trusting it without seeing it. So that's kind of, it goes back to teamwork to where, when you on a team, you're leaning on that person or that thing and trusting it to do their part. So I think that's how it relates.
So just hearing what you're saying is just kind of being open and vulnerable enough to know that you have to depend on someone or something greater than yourself,
Yeah.
in order to get certain things done.
Or if not greater, I mean your teammates not.
Or not greater, but then something outside of you or
Yeah.
outside of your control.
Yeah.
So being vulnerable and being open to receive that, or to just depend on somebody else. And I said greater because I was thinking about a faith standpoint.
Yeah. Okay, I got
But
you.
just being open and vulnerable to lean on somebody or something other than yourself and what you can do within your own strength.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
So the second question says, how should Christians treat their opponents?
How should Christians treat opponents? I mean, if you're in a battle as a Christian, you fight the battle, but you treat people how you want to be treated. You still treat your enemies with grace, but to a certain extent. Um, and I'll just let you tell them how that can happen.
So what I was thinking was, there's a scripture where it says to bless your enemies, and a lot of times we think when we be nice, it's refraining from doing certain things. But when it means to bless your enemies, it's to do things that you normally wouldn't do for the people you know that doesn't like you. So it's easy for us to give a gift or say something nice to people we love, but how do you react and how do you respond to those who you know don't like you, or who those you know will be considered an enemy or opponent? So whatever you do to people just out of kindness, you also want to kind of have that same mindset, and you want to extend that same, like you said, grace and love to your enemy, because we know that scripture tells us that God will allow you to use your enemies as footstools. God will allow you to be blessed in front of your enemies. So regardless of what they do to you, you as a person, you as a Christian, should make sure that you're still doing the right thing, regardless of them being an enemy or not. And then this brings us to our last question. And it says, what is the ultimate goal for a Christian athlete?
What is the ultimate goal?
Ultimate goal
The
for
goal
a Christian
for a
athlete.
Christian athlete, the ultimate goal is to live in your purpose that God has for you. Chase your dreams, go after what you want, but putting God first is the ultimate goal.
So acknowledging him in all that you do. So no matter how great you are, no matter how talented you are, still showing and being a representation of God, because we know that God gives us these gifts, and he doesn't give it to us without cause, but it's for a reason. So just being mindful of, when you're an athlete, to make sure you give that representation and give that thanks to God, not just privately but also openly, because you just never know who's watching you and who's looking up to you, because God does place a level of responsibility on certain people. So if you're that athlete, that you're the best and you're the best at what you do, and if you love God, continue to honor him. If you're not, start honoring him publicly, because without God, we know that we're nothing. So is there anything else you would like to add?
I love it. That's it.
Great. So this will conclude Faith in Football. And again, we're the Drakes. Until next time.